Welcome, Court Chronicles family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we have a lot to address because this appears to keep growing and growing. Um, this situation has now appeared to open the investigative doors to trafficking allegations. And there are several calls for a federal investigation and for CPS to investigate Kimberly Kardashian for allowing her child to participate in Child P in a fashion show wearing a BDSM full coverage mask. Welcome to Court Chronicles, guys. We are covering Balenciaga Gate. This is an issue that plagues our society, and now it has come at the doorstep of one of the biggest celebrities in the world. She is very wealthy and she refuses to outright denounce Balenciaga and their pedophilic proclivities, in which they had photo shoots with torture, sexual torture, bondage gear, and children. And people assume that someone like Kimberly Kardashian would immediately denounce and disavow any association with Balenciaga, but she remained silent for 6 days while being lambasted on social media and continuing to post her products, pushing and peddling things for people to buy, despite thousands and thousands calling for her to denounce Balenciaga. We see the origin of her fashion. And with her allowing North to participate in this and also be a model, people are calling for CPS to investigate Kimberly Kardashian. Because if a normal citizen put their child in BDSM, people would be investigating and calling for the child to be removed from the home. Ray J said that she is the embodiment of what is wrong with America and what is wrong with the world. Extreme greed. And despite her wealth, her fame, her glamour, wrong is wrong. And we see the inspiration for her photos where she's wearing Balenciaga, and that is coming from rituals used with children. They are doing damage control because last night Ray J and Kanye had a meeting, and I think they have to decide if they're going to disavow or try to Captain Save-A-Ho for Kimberly Kardashian. Also, most notably, Hollywood has been extremely quiet. Not one major celebrity has come out to denounce or disavow Balenciaga. We clearly see where they draw their fashion inspiration, and thousands of people are asking for Balenciaga to be investigated for child trafficking. And guys, I'm going to play this video with a breakdown of the symbolism. So I had to roll it back just so we can get everything. And that's Kim with Marina. She's a high occult Satanist in Hollywood. And that is Kim in Balenciaga BDSM. And that is showing you the satanic ritual where that look comes from, and it involves a child. Hence, people want a federal investigation because
Rick Owens
famous or not, it's not right.
As you can see, Rick Owens' wife is doing the as above, so below sign that you see here on the satanic statue of the Baphomet. Here's another photo of Rick Owens and his wife. Here's from Vogue, Rick Owens Menswear 2020. This is from the same Balenciaga campaign that had the BDSM teddy bears that the children were holding. You can see caution tape with Balenciaga spelled with 2 A's, which is the deity Bel from the Bible, in which children were given as sacrifices to this deity. Another Balenciaga campaign shows a child with a balloon string wrapped around their neck. And if you remember the book that was in a Balenciaga ad that showcased an artist who made art playing with chopped off hands and feet and blood. Here's some more art from that same artist. Look at this demonic garbage. From the new Santa Claus show on Disney says, "We love you, Satan." Now check out this video from a Balenciaga campaign.
What's in your bag? In my bag? Video was
Like Kanye said, do not look up to these celebrities. None of these celebrities are calling out Balenciaga. None of them. None of the rappers, actors are calling out this demonic garbage we are seeing. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in the devil or not, there is a spiritual war going on. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It is time to wake up. They are after the children. They are after the children's minds. They are after our minds. The war is on.
The war is on.
So as we can see, the symbolism is deeper than people would initially presume, because not only is it sexual in nature, it's satanic in nature, and it is based in practices in dark deities that go against common baseline of morality for most people, regardless of your religion. So as you see in real time, Kim Kardashian is being canceled. Thousands and thousands of people have unfollowed, and people have turned their back. Balenciaga even had a fake black baby covered in fake BLOOD. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to speak around the guidelines to make sure I don't do anything offensive to YouTube. So Balenciaga could do it, sell it, and put it on the runway, but I can't even describe the fashion without YouTube censoring possibly me. Here, this is North in a GIMP mask, which is something that is huge during bondage for BDSM lovers, something that a 9-year-old child should not even know anything about. But as you can see, this was also when Kim was wearing the BDSM Balenciaga gear. And now we see it was mimicking a satanic ritual involving children based on the book. The look was. So at this point, Kim has done something miraculous because she has aligned America, where people on Twitter, on TikTok, and on Instagram, across race lines, across party lines, across religious lines, are calling for her cancellation. They're calling that Balenciaga shut all of their doors. People are burning their Balenciaga, tossing it. People are disavowing and stepping away from the brand. This is people, not celebrity, the people, because celebrities, we know how they go. So Balenciaga really thought that they could get away with selling articles and doing a photo shoot involving toddlers 3 years old with, with intimate toys, objects, bondage objects, and also lawsuits and cases and precedent set about child P is deplorable. To sneak in books, and the book that was referenced with the children playing with human body parts was another photo shoot of Balenciaga. Having these articles littered in their photo shoots in the name of art is disingenuous and it's despicable. The elites do their dirt in plain sight, and because they have money, they expect not to be called out. But human trafficking is a very serious, very huge global problem. And Kim Kardashian's silence is egregious, but what is even more egregious is when she apologized, she put up a post wearing none other than Balenciaga jeans. And when she was spotted out last night in Hollywood with the trench coat and the shorts that look like underwear, Again, she had a Balenciaga sparkly bag in her hand, and she was wearing a Balenciaga cape. That's a very loud statement considering people are calling to protest. People want her children removed from the home pending a CPS investigation. And also, the public is demanding a FBI investigation into Balenciaga's use of children for exploitative purposes, and also Kim Kardashian's role in that, specifically allowing her child to take part in child P by wearing a GIMP mask, which is a bondage S gear that people wear during BDSM. Regardless of her money and her fame, her allegiance to Balenciaga goes deep. She's been the ambassador since February 1st. So it is not like she's new to this. She's true to this. Kim is telling us who she is by continuing to support Balenciaga. She's telling us what she stands for by refusing to outright disavow Balenciaga. And social media investigative sleuths have begun to unearth Balenciaga's very dark history with a lot of their designers, particularly Loda Volca. And she made very problematic, as you could see, art, as they call it. But who would make art with blood, fake blood on their hands and two dolls covered in fake blood? Is absolutely diabolical. So within this paradigm, Balenciaga has revealed and showed its true colors, but confirmed what the elites are into, and this is extremely problematic. And their hopes are that we'll be so distracted with social media, so distracted with all of the things that are put out there to harvest our energy, that will disregard the extent, magnitude, and severity and seriousness of this. Yes, that's art, air quotes, of Balenciaga's designer on the screen. It looks like a crime scene. People are demanding an investigation. It is illegal to even produce, disseminate, or have any type of situation like this involving children. That violates California Penal Code 311, in addition to several other laws. And with Kimberly Kardashian forcing her child to participate in this fashion show, because I'm sure no child wakes up and say they want to put on a GIMP mask, forcing her child to do this in a public forum and doing it abroad in Paris. Once you do something involving children inappropriately and cross country lines, that is how you get trafficking. She needs to be investigated. Whether you like her or not, anti-K or not, she needs to be investigated. And we know that her moral compass started with the tape. And at this point, the fame, the greed, the narcissism has arrested the public's attention away from the fact that she is directly adjacent, but also the chief ambassador for Balenciaga. There's nothing surprising about the photo shoot. Look at her daughter being a model in BDSM gear. BDSM and children should not be in the same sentence, paragraph, let alone on the same word. There she is again, modeling none other than Balenciaga. The lack of compunction is appalling. And if people, as the public, doesn't do anything, these people will continue to do this and go down a path that is reprehensible. But we will have to remember that it was done on our watch, on our dime, when we are all fully aware of what is happening. It does not take a rocket scientist to see where there is smoke, there is fire. These allegations do not keep resurrecting themselves if there is not a problem in America, let alone in the global diaspora. And it's starting with some of the wealthiest people in the world. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know what it is. They know what it is. So it was first a photo shoot. What's next? How much will the DA let them get away with? Is there no crime too large for the wealthy? How much can one do without being implicated criminally? And I'm sorry, guys, some motorcycles went past. If the DA in Atlanta can indict people based on lyrics, why can't we slang out indictments based on a photographer's work, their deliverables? And now Balenciaga say they're suing the person who was responsible for the design, but that is so fake and felonious and disingenuous. For a shoot to be approved, excuse me, I had to sip my tea. For a shoot to be approved, it has to be one, a design, a team, artists, the fashion designers, lighting people, a budget team. There has to be a lot of people in the chain of command to even get it on the production table. So Balenciaga playing dumb, I won't allow it. They say they hire the best of the best, but they continue to align themselves with things that confirm the exploitation of children. And then they make jokes about it because they think the public's attention span is so short that we'll go back to worrying about what she's wearing looking like a hot potato wrapped in aluminum foil instead of what she's actually doing and what she's saying. Hulu told us who they were with the opening line of season 1 of the Kardashians. So now that Babylon has fallen and everyone sees who they are and we see how deep this shit goes, nobody's exempt. I have said since the first day on Court Chronicles, I said, don't look up to these people. None of them are who you think they are. Their goal is to deceive and distract and divide us away. So they make us fight over politics and race and economics instead of looking at the fact that there is open exploitation happening right before our face, and they call it art. There is nothing enjoyable, artistically inclining, artistically pleasing, artistically delightful. There is nothing about that with children in BDSM material. It is sick. It is deranged. It is exploitive. It is abusive. And it is criminal. Balenciaga needs a federal investigation, and Kim Kardashian needs CPS and also an investigation into her usage of her child in such photo shoot and BDSM wear. So on all platforms, you are witnessing a mass cancellation of the Kardashians, and it is aggressive, it's unmitigated, it's unfiltered. People are not holding back. She continues to splash in her face who she is and what she's about, and they think that we are not going to do anything about it. But the fans have called enough. The fans have called enough, and the general public have called enough. So now it's Kim paying the media to try to sprinkle stories to clean this up, but she refuses to do the human thing, the integrity thing, the right thing. And God forbid I say the godlike thing. Denounce Balenciaga. It's easy to say, as a mother of 4, I cannot stand with a company that thinks that any type of presentation, artwork like this is even in the realm of art. But no, Kim continues to stand beside Balenciaga firmly, moving closely around her words so that she makes it clear to the powers that be that she won't snitch, she won't fold, and she won't tell what they are really into, despite the fact that we all know. At this point, continuing to turn a blind eye to what they clearly put in our face, clearly flaunt over and over again, is problematic. and it is a societal stain. Are we this caught up in celebrities that we can't even admonish them? We can't even cancel them when they are so outside of the realm of morality? That's Kim with her friend Marina, and they were at a party, one of Marina's infamous parties. Kim Kardashian stepped out yesterday wearing full Balenciaga, wiping her hands like the job is done. She has dared the public to cancel her. She dares us to do anything about it. She dares us to do anything to stand up for the children. She dares the public to stop fussing and fighting with each other and do something. This is reprehensible. And I don't care if it's in a Balenciaga bag or a Gucci bag with Kim Kardashian spilling it out of her lying lips. It is unacceptable, and to even play with themes of pedophilia and intimate such things are disgusting and deplorable. She needs to be canceled. She needs to be canceled. She needs to be canceled, and there needs to be a federal investigation into Balenciaga's use of children for exploitative purposes, and also an investigation into Kim Kardashian forcing her child to participate in a BDSM fashion show. So she not only put her child in BDSM gear, specifically a GIMP mask, but she displayed it for the powers that be by way of a fashion show. These actions are illegal, and despite their wealth, these people are not beyond reproach. My research led me to places that my mind and heart would pray that I did not know existed. What is going on with the powers that be is problematic, and we can get lost in the sauce on a lot of issues, but we should not let this happen on our watch. Please, in the comment section, tell me how you are canceling the Kardashians, if that's unfollowing on all platforms, not buying anything, not supporting Balenciaga. And will you join me in the fight to save the children, y'all? Court Chronicles is pretty heavy, it's pretty serious. I have more updates to come, but just because of the nature of the research being so heavy, I may have to space it out for my own mental health. Thank you guys so much for joining Court Chronicles as we continue to investigate what has now turned into calls and demands for federal investigations, and also the movement to save the children. Thank you so much, Jury family. Love y'all. Hit the like, subscribe, and join button, and please turn on your notifications.